The Indian government says there is no immediate plan to evacuate Indians from Ukraine, and the focus for now is to ensure their safety. And at the UN Security Council meeting on Ukraine, India urges restraint by all parties, avoid taking any step to increase tension, and to focus on quiet and constructive diplomacy.
India has said the situation in Ukraine can be resolved only through diplomatic dialogue that leads to an immediate de escalation of tensions while ensuring the legitimate security interests of all countries. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador T.S. Tirumurti, addressed the meeting of the Security Council on the situation in Ukraine. He reiterated India's call for all parties to avoid any steps that increase tension and to focus on quiet and constructive diplomacy. India has refrained from any criticism of the actions of Russia, a key strategic partner on the border with Ukraine, in the face of repeated assertions by the US and its allies about the likelihood of a Russian invasion. Shortly before the Indian envoy made his statement at the UN Security Council, US President Joe Biden said the threat of a Russian invasion is very high, though the door to a diplomatic solution remains open. Tirumurti said a priority for India is the well being of more than 20,000 Indian students and nationals who live and study in different parts of Ukraine, including in its border areas. In conclusion, we reiterate our call for the peaceful resolution of the situation by sincere and sustained diplomatic efforts to ensure that concerns of all sides are amicably resolved through constructive dialogue. The reference in the Indian permanent representative's statement to the legitimate security interest of all countries and concerns of all sides was perceived as a nod to Russia's demands for halting the eastern enlargement of NATO and a guarantee that Ukraine will not be allowed to join the military alliance. In Delhi, India's Ministry of External Affairs has issued a fresh statement saying that there are no immediate evacuation plans for Indians in Ukraine. However, flights between India and Ukraine are running without any restrictions on the number of flights or passengers. India and Ukraine have a travel bubble agreement under which both countries can operate a certain number of flights per week. These travel bubble agreements were formed during the pandemic when international travel was suspended. But the ministry on February 17th announced that it has removed the restrictions on the number of flights and passengers that were imposed due to COVID. So, airlines can operate any number of flights.